Hey friends, this is Carlton Lewis, aka Mellow Melanin, aka Mega Businessman, coming to you live and direct. And in this video, we're going to talk about Uber drivers' pay. Stay tuned. Hey friends, this is Carlton Lewis, aka Mellow Melanin, aka Mega Businessman, coming to you live and direct from Atlanta, Georgia, representing ridesharedrivingtips.com. And thank you for watching this video. I wanted to talk to you guys today about Uber drivers' pay. You know, there's a lot of questions, a lot of speculation out there about how much Uber drivers make. You know, you hear reports of it being minimum wage. You know, some guys are out putting videos saying they're making $100 an hour. So I wanted to make my own video about it and to show you guys some of my numbers. I actually looked at a survey by Ridester.com, and they did a survey of drivers who would work during the 2008 year. It's now 2019 if you're watching this video. And you know, they wanted to know how much did Uber drivers earn, and most of the responses came from Uber X drivers. So we're going to talk primarily about Uber X. I'm an Uber X driver. I have driven Uber XL before, but now I'm currently driving Uber X. So the averages that Ridester.com came up with their survey, after expenses, drivers were making anywhere from $8.80 to $11 an hour. That's after expenses. So tell me what you guys think about that, right? So what do you guys think about that? So I'm going to show you what I've pretty much done over the past month on just the Uber platform. I have driven some Lyft. I do have private clients as well. So I have earned extra income in extra ways, and I really believe in multiple streams of income, not just one way of generating income, because any one of these platforms can go down. If you haven't seen my video, how I got deactivated by Uber and Lyft in the same day, you should definitely check it out. It's something that really happened. It was more like a suspension, but it happened in the same day. So I'm going to go ahead and start this off. I'm recording my screen so you guys can really see it. And if you watch at the end of this video, I'm just going to give you a few tips. You may know some of these tips already, but if you don't, I want you to think about these different ways to get additional income. I'm not going to go through a whole bunch of them, just some extra stuff, some things I saw on Ridester.com, and something that a lot of people fail to think about when they're driving rideshare for Uber and or Lyft and any other rideshare company as well. So I'm going to go into my earnings for the past 4 weeks, and no one is saying that this is perfect. You know, I've had comments on videos where people say, go get a real job. And it's like, why? So I am pretty much anti-cubicle. You know, it's to each his own, This doing Uber, Lyft, rideshare, any type of independent contractor, for now, it allows me to have the type of freedom that I need so I can be with my family whenever they need me. I don't have time to put in a 2 weeks notice. You know, I have 2 special needs daughters, so I don't have time to put in a 2 weeks notice to go ask some boss or some supervisor, can I leave my job? Can I stop doing what I'm doing right now and go tend to my family? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go handle my business. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go in here into the earnings tab. As you can see, I'm a diamond. Uber just started Uber Pro in my city. They're doing the beta testing, and I'm one of the drivers here doing Uber Pro. All right, so we're gonna go into that. So far today is Wednesday. I drove for 2 days, and I didn't drive Uber today at all. So let's go into this. I also drove for Lyft, but I'm just gonna strictly do Uber today, right? Right now, what I want you guys to understand is, I want you to see something, okay? So a lot of people think the drivers are on the road 24/7. Like you'll see the number. So this is May 22nd that we're in today, right? I'm gonna go to the previous week before. It's a little bit over $1,000, but like I said, that doesn't include rides I took on Lyft and it also doesn't include my private clients, repeat clients. So here's the earning breakdown. Now, where people will get hung up, really hung up, is the time you see online. The time you see online, that's just the button says online. That's just set when you're actually online. That's not when you're actually moving your car. So the way that Uber is set up, and Lyft is not set up like this, but Uber is set up whereas if you're not moving your car and you have the online button on, they don't dock that against you. You see it in the total hours, but they don't actually dock you for that. So I'm going to click on the little button, the I button that's right next to time online, and you guys are going to see that it says this number reflects the total time you had the app set to online, not the amount of time you spent on trips. Okay, so this actual 60 hour is probably closer to about 35, maybe 40 hours. 35, maybe 40 hours. Really didn't take that long to generate that income. I'm okay with it. You know, if I'm okay with it, then the rest of the world should be okay with it. I know we're going to get a ton of comments saying, well, you're doing extra wear and tear on your car. What about the depreciation? What about the other expenses? You know, and I'm going to say to you, what about my freedom? Okay. And I will say that to you every single time. Let me move this little recording bubble up. I'm going to say that to you every single time. What about my freedom? All right. So let's go to the week prior. As you can see, I did 59 trips. I'm going to break this out for you. Now, I guess you can see it on the screen here. I earned a little bit over $1,000 total. Trip earnings, $855. Tips, almost 10% in tips. Over 10% of my income came from tips. Okay. And I'll teach you. That's one of the ways I'm going to tell you about at the end of the video. It's about tips to increase your income. Consecutive trip bonuses. That's money that Uber has out there for doing consecutive trips. If you do 3 trips back to back during certain peak hours, they'll give you some extra money. Quest promotions, pretty much the same thing. If you complete a certain amount of trips, they'll give you some extra money. Okay. And it's just money for doing what you're doing already. All right. So May the 6th through the 13th, we have $1,100, almost $1,200. And this is just on Uber. Again, it says 58 hours. But once again, I'm going to tap on that I button. This number reflects the total time you had the app set to on, not the amount of time you spent on trips. I do a lot of airport rides. Sometimes we have to wait at the airport. All right. So I did about 63 trips in the week. I earned a little close to $1,200, $1,170. Trip earnings, a little bit over 1,000. Tips, $84. Consecutive trip promotions, $81. And this doesn't also include cash tips. People will give you cash tips if they don't have, they don't want to tip you on an app. It's okay if they don't want to tip on an app. They'll give you cash tips. Let's go to the next one. This one's a little bit lower. But again, like I said, this is just Uber. This doesn't account for Lyft. It doesn't account for private clients, and it doesn't account for cash. All right. So in this particular week, I earned $932. 52 hours is what the app said. 60 trips. But again, I'll press that button again. This number reflects the total time you had the app set to online, not the amount of time you spent on trips. All right. So trip earnings, $747. Tips, $83. Consecutive trip promotion, $45. Quest promotion, $57. All right. So all of that adds up, man. It adds up. Now, if you definitely want to, and you want to be smart with it, you want to break out your expenses. Gas is your biggest expense, and then you got to think about the wear and tear on your car, replacing parts and things of that nature. Those are real costs. All right. Don't be ignorant out here trying to drive and think that you're not going to have any costs. Those are real costs. But one thing I'm going to tell you guys, if you're in love with your car, then you don't need to do this. You do not need to do ride share because it will wear on your car. All right. It will wear on your car. That's just common sense. All right. So let's go to the previous week. In this particular week, I had a appreciation reward bonus from Uber. This is right before they they went public, and it's 47 hours on the platform, right? Once again, I'll press that button. This number reflects the total time you had the app set to online, not the amount of time you spent on trips. All right. So the trip earnings, I did 50 trips, trip earnings, $804, tips, $93, consecutive trip promotions, $4.50, Quest promotions, $18, and a one-time appreciation award of $500. All right. And once again, this number doesn't include what was generated on Lyft and any other private clients or any cash tips. Okay. So don't get so caught up in how much, don't get so caught up in like the minimum wage thing. All right. Cause people, you hear these horror stories of people, I have a car and I'm living in my car and driving for Uber just to put gas in the car. They're doing something wrong. Okay. They're doing something wrong. All right. And God bless them. And God bless anybody that's going to troll this video. I know we're going to have the trolls out there. You guys exist. Now, what you want to learn how to do is treat it like a business. This is one stream of income. And if you understand that, then you'll know that this is not a long-term strategy. Don't be ignorant out here driving. This is not a long-term strategy. Use it for a stepping stone to get you where you need to go. So in your downtime, you need to be working on your dream. And if you tell me that driving for Uber or Lyft is your dream, then I don't understand. Maybe you enjoy it that much. That's great. But if you have a bigger dream that you want to work on, I know people that are, have all types of other businesses that do Uber and Lyft. All right. So you always be working on your dream in your downtime. Now, a couple of things that the Ridester said in their blog, it was to increase your income is to get tips. Now you see in the tip section, right? I do pretty good on tips. And that's because I give world-class customer service to every one of the people that step into my car. Every one of the riders, I give them world-class customer service. All right. So that's going to help me increase the tips. Now, something else I'm going to give you guys is I do a lot of airport runs. The people who typically that I pick up at airports, those people are business people and they are going to expense their trips to their company. So when they do that, they generally don't care how much that ride is going to cost, and they will be willing to tip you as well. So you got to be smart. You got to have some type of strategy. That is the next thing I'm going to tell you to increase your income. Have a strategy. Don't just turn your apps on. If you're driving Uber, Lyft, or any other rideshare company, don't just turn your apps on and just go out driving willy-nilly. No, you need to have a strategy so you can generate a certain amount of income, the type of income that you want to generate. Will you get rich doing this? No. Can you scale this? Meaning, can you multiply your efforts? No, because your time is still based on hour. So please don't get it twisted. You're still trading your time for dollars. So what you want to learn how to do is the next thing that the Ridester talked about in their blog, and you hear other drivers talk about this too, is your referral link. You can get paid for referrals from both Uber and Lyft. All right. And most of these companies, most of these gig economy companies, they give you money because they know that the churn, there's a high turnover of drivers. The turnover is like McDonald's to me. You know what I'm saying? People come and they go. It's a low barrier to entry. So it's easy for people to be like, hey, I'm not doing that anymore. So Uber and Lyft are always looking for new drivers, and they're willing to pay bonuses for driver referral fees for getting new drivers in. And if you're a driver, you get your own referral link. You get your own special referral link. And if you're smart, and if you watch some other videos, you'll learn how to turn that referral link into a hyperlink. I'm sorry, you get a referral code. But most of the time, people are not going to remember your referral code. And by the way, while I'm saying this, if you look in the description of the video, if you're interested in driving for Uber or driving for Lyft, and I do recommend that you drive for both, click on those links, and that'll take you to my referral page, where you can also get guarantees and or bonuses for signing up to drive with Uber and Lyft. And you have to complete a certain amount of rides. Don't think you're just going to sign up and they're just going to give the money to you. No, you have to take some action and they give you money. And I also get paid a referral fee for referring you. And you will also have your own referral link, so or code that you can turn into a link, and you can promote online. You can promote on your own blog. You can promote in videos. Someone just popped up, and I'm not going to leave that. That's a great marketer named Lisa Torres. I thought I had all my do not disturbs in, but I didn't. So you can promote your link, okay? You want to promote your link. That's a great source of income that you can get without having to get behind the wheel of the car and drive, okay? There are other ways too. You can have products, information products, all kind of different things that you can have that you can sell. All right, so you just got to be smart about it. I wouldn't suggest going to solicit your customers. If someone else, most of the time people will ask you, what else do you do besides drive for Uber and Lyft? Tell them that's your door. They've opened the door, and then you talk to them about it. Don't solicit the people. Don't solicit the private rides. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let people come to you so you won't get in trouble. You need to be within the terms of service. Now, I'm pretty sure I didn't cover everything. There are going to be some questions. Is rideshare perfect? No. Do I recommend anybody do it full-time? No. And I'm a full-time person. But the reason I can recommend that, the reason I say that is because I've been driving for so long. I've been in transportation for over 25 years in my city. So I know my city. I know how to get around in my city. But I also know customer service. So there's a lot of different things where I have basically an advantage over a lot of drivers. And so I want to share this, and I share this to you guys. Part-time, I would definitely suggest a person do it part-time. It's a great way to make some quick money, you know. But if you're going to do it full-time, you got to have some type of strategy. And even part-time, you got to have some type of strategy, okay? So I hope this video answers the questions about Uber drivers' pay. You know, it's not a one-size-fits-all. It even changes when you have different vehicles with different platforms. You have Uber Select, Uber XL, Uber Black, Uber SUV, you know, so you got different platforms, and each one of those platforms, you make a different type of money, and you should have a different strategy for each one of those platforms. Same goes for Lyft. The type of vehicle you drive can actually give you a raise. You know, it just depends on how you drive, what your strategy is. All right. So once again, I would not trade this for sitting in anybody's cubicle. I've done the cubicle life. So if anybody tells me personally to go get a real job, that's for you. And what I do is for me. It's for me and my family. All right. So you do what's right. You do what feels right for you and your family. I'll do what feels right for me and my family. All right. So once again, this has been Carlton Lewis, aka Mellow Melanin, aka Mega Businessman, coming to you live and direct from Atlanta, Georgia. Make sure you check out ridesharedrivingtips.com. And if you want to learn more and get a greater in-depth experience of how you can earn more and drive less, click on the link in the description. It'll take you, look for Total Rideshare Mastery. That's an audio course that I did. You can pop it in your car and you can ride around and listen to it in between your rides. All right. And that'll help you become a better driver. You'll earn more and drive less. It's not hard. A lot of this is common sense, but most people won't apply common sense to it. Most people want to apply strategy to this. And that's what I'm here for, to help people get better at this game. And here we go. I'm out.